Good evening, everyone. Troy Elfring, field agronomist with DuPont Pioneer. Wow, what a great week of planting progress last week, the week of May 13th here in west central Minnesota. We made some huge planting progress, moving from probably in the neighborhood of 10-15% planted, going into the 13th to 60-80% planted, depending on where you're at and when you got started last week as far as corn planting progress for the planting season in 2019. As you can see behind me, I want to talk about a couple situations here moving forward and just keeping an eye on the corn crop that we've got planted in the fields. The most likely scenario that we've got going on will be what it looks like today, some rain over the weekend here, and looking at saturated conditions. Keeping an eye on those fields that we've got planted or that we planted maybe May 6th, May 7th, seeing if those seedlings are germinated or are going to get through some of those particular planting acres. I think those acres are going to be okay. It's maybe the ones that are most recently planted here, the 13th, 14th, and 15th. And if we're going to have seeds sit in saturated conditions, maybe like you see behind me here, and if they're going to struggle in that anaerobic, saturated condition and be able to emerge, or if we're going to have some seed maybe rot and decay in those particular areas, that's probably the most likely scenario moving forward here with the forecast. The other scenario that's maybe unlikely looking at the forecast would be we turn sunny and maybe a little nicer and we get some heat and we bake these areas that we maybe pushed a little bit last week and got planted. They're saturated. Now we get a crust on top of that soil, from somewhere between 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch thick, and we end up with products that maybe can't push themselves through that crust. So two things to maybe look at as we move out, a week, 10 days from now and where we're at. So just wanted to update everybody out there on acres that we have in the ground. Again, made huge planting progress last week, have a ton of beans to go in the ground, so I'm hoping that we end up with a nice forecast here in the future to get some acres planted. Thank you.
That concludes this Pioneer Growing Point Agronomy video podcast. Visit our page on pioneer.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook for more agronomy insights.